Hey everybody, it is Pastor John with your Midweek Reflection. I wanted to use this time to share a couple things going on in the coming few weeks, all of which I'm excited for. One of them is this Sunday is All Saints Day. Well, today, Friday, November 1st is All Saints Day, but we are going to be observing it together as a congregation on Sunday. And, we have some saints to remember and to celebrate and to lift up and to be inspired by this Sunday. And we're going to have a chance to do that and tell some stories and be very, specific with the ways some of our saints who have passed in the last year have impacted our lives and our church. And so I hope you'll be there to be a part of that. It's just one of those, it's always such a rich service, just where we're connecting and being community together. It's such a beautiful thing. So I hope to see you on Sunday for that. We are also in the midst of a stewardship season, and November 17th is going to be the day where we consecrate our pledge cards. And I'm hoping that we're all being prayerful about what it means to be a part of a community and to place value on what the church is for us. And I think stewardship can feel crass, we're just looking for your money. But I think the reality is, as I mentioned this past Sunday, money is a way, is a human construction. It's a construct that we've said, okay, this piece of paper or this card or whatever is in some way a symbol of value that I'm placing on something. And so I hope you are considering and praying about how what you want to write on that pledge card for the 2020. Crazy, we're going to be in 2020 pretty soon. And then after worship on the 17th, we're going to have our budget meeting. I was with the budget committee this week, putting together a proposed budget for y'all, and we'll have that for you beforehand. But we always welcome questions. It was helpful to have had some of these conversations with town hall meeting stuff earlier in the year and kind of figure out where everyone's coming from when it comes to our budget and that kind of thing. And so I hope that will be not just a boring, numbers thing, but a time to really say this is how we're going to, fund this ministry and this community that we're all a part of. Okay. Last thing I want to talk about and share with you is something I'm really excited about, and it's a big goal. It's a big challenge, I think, for us that could be really cool. Starting on December 1st, which is the beginning of Advent, we're going to be beginning a series called Encounters, and we're going to until Easter. We're going to be in the series until Easter. And going through the Gospel of Luke and just looking at all these stories, Jesus encounters people, where God encounters people in their lives. And along with that series, I'm going to have a sign-up sheet starting Sunday where I think it would be so awesome to have people in the church share each week. I'm talking each week, share a story from their own lives. And we're just really looking at 2, 3, 4, the most 5 minutes, but really 3-minute story about how a time when you encountered God. And, that doesn't have to look in a certain way, where, I saw light or anything like that. Like, it can be very simple. And the more I talk to you in the church, the more I've heard these stories of like, oh yeah, God was there. I knew God was there in that moment. And I think we can feel a little weird about saying things like that just because of our culture, but like it's so great to share that story. And sometimes our stories help others realize how God is at work in their lives. You tell your story and you're like, oh, that was God? Oh, I had a similar experience. Yeah, I see what God was doing there. And so that's the hope as we go through this series, because Jesus is still encountering people today. And so that's December 1st, but November 24th, periodically over the next few months as we do this series, I'm going to have some mini storytelling workshops that are just going to be like 20 minutes or so of how do I tell this story? How do I get it from in here, from my memory, to be able to share this with the congregation? And we'll just go over, okay, what would a process look like? Any questions that you might have about it, and how do I just make sure I'm communicating this story in a way that's getting across what I want to get across? So the first one of those is going to be November 24th. And so if you sign up to tell a story, plan to come to one of those workshops. They'll probably be after worship. The first one's November 24th. So be thinking a story that you can share about a time when you encountered God in some way in your life and how that changed you. So some things I'm excited about. And I'll see you on Sunday for All Saints Day. Until then, may God bless you.